Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Collector's Edition review. This is a Platinum Jamboree special. I have one of the more recent waves. I have the Adam Strange and Year 2 Batman Platinums. The Year 2 Batman Platinum I got from Mcfarlane EQL quite a while ago. And the Adam Strange I got for 15 bucks from Best Buy. I was hoping to get the regular, but they gave me the Platinum instead. Both of these retail, I want to say, for around $32.99-ish, somewhere around that range. But again, I got him from Best Buy online for much less than that, like 15 bucks after shipping and taxes. Crazy, I know, but anyway, glad to have both of these in the collection. Again, would have preferred the color variant of Adam Strange, but he's number 33, Batman's number 34. Just give you a quick look at the box. Decent amount of accessories here. There's the barcode if you're still looking for it. There's the back of the box there. Get a good look at what the color variant will look like. And then Year 2 Batman here in box looks pretty good. There's the barcode. Wasn't too interested in the black version. I was more interested in this nice blue version. But there's the boxes for you. Let's go ahead and open them up. Alright, we got him out of the package. I did have some trouble getting Batman to stand up on his own without a stand, but as you can see, it is possible. He's not resting on anything. That's all on his feet. But if you want a more dynamic action pose with him, you're going to need a flight stand. Anyway, accessories-wise, they come with quite a decent amount. So, of course, they both come with their stand. His is a little shinier for some reason. Into the pile it goes. They both come with a trading card, of course. That's what they look like. And then there's the back for you. Batman Year 2 has quite the read-up. I'm not too familiar with Adam Strange, but there's a quick little read-up there. He also worked with Superman. Cool. But I'm not sure if he's a more classic hero or not, but into the binder those go. And what I like to do with the Platinums, I cut out the Platinum sticker, but you could cut yourself doing that, so I don't recommend it. You know, do as I say, not as I do, right? But out of the box, I really like Adam Strange more. On camera, the grays are a little bit more yellow, but in person, they're a bit more blue. But since Adam Strange comes first numerically, I'll start with his accessories. Get him in frame here. He comes with a blaster. He comes with 2 trigger finger hands. Basically what you'd expect. And thankfully, the blaster's thin enough where it's very easy to get his hand in there. Not to mention the fact that he does come with a holster for it that does work like so. You know, good there. Glad they actually made a working holster, unlike other figures in this particular wave. We'll get to, I already got to Deadshot. Anyway. But he comes with 4 different face plates. So the one he has on is a smirk or a more neutral expression. He has a screaming face. Let's go ahead and take a peek at what that looks like. Yeah, that's nightmare fuel right there. But it's to accommodate, you know, the throat there, the tongue. But that looks really good. I do like that. So that's faceplate 2. Faceplate number 3 is the most neutral expression here. Maybe a little annoyed, but not angry per se. And then lastly, we have a masked expression. This one doesn't want to seem to fit on, but there you go. That looks pretty good. I think for me, though, the ones that are the most expressive are the ones I usually like to stick with. But for right now, for the rest of the review, I'll go ahead and do that smirking face. But that's all of Adam's accessories. And then Batman over here, he comes with this cool-looking sight here. It's more of a metallic blue than it is a metallic silver. And he's got hands, of course. He's got a left fist. He's got a right holding hand, but the grip is a little too thick. But the figure itself comes with 2 open hands, which are a little different. You could put it in either one, honestly. This one will hold it, but it won't hold it well. Well, actually, because it's ribbed, it'll probably hold it decently. And then in this hand, it doesn't hold it at all. There's no friction in here. I wish there was a cut underneath here so that the finger could kind of just slide in, but I would definitely use it with his right hand, not his left, even though the the art shows him using it in his left hand. Yeah, they don't give you a left hand that can hold it well. And Lastly, he comes with a gun. This has been used before. It was in the first munitions pack Mcfarlane did, but as you can see, it does come with the holster there, and it holds it decently well. And if you push it in a little bit more, it'll hold just fine. I do believe it's the same color as the bat suit, although it does look a little bit brighter. And that holster is a separate piece. Anyway, since Batman's here, what I do like about the hands is they're all painted with that cell shading. So the fisted hand, the holding hands, it's good. You know, I like the cell shading they did here. And if you got the other version, the black and blue version, this is the blue and black version, the colors are inverted. I prefer the blue look for this particular, design. And I'm glad I was able to win the EQL Platinum. I think that the black just looks better on the blue than the blue looks on the black. I know, a lot of mumbo jumbo there. What I'm not a big fan of, though, is them fully painting the forearm joint here instead of molding it in blue. It's a very strange choice. At least I think this is... Okay, this might be molded in blue. I think what I don't like about it is that they painted the ratchet joint there. You can already see, I have barely moved it, and there's a little bit of gray poking through. I just don't know why they did that. But this does basically reuse the Three Jokers body. So it has, that logo, which actually looks pretty good, painted well here. But, that's covering it most of the time. And then you have the cape here, which it prevents him from standing easily if I move my hand. Oh, actually not too bad. He can stand up as on his own, but this cape takes up a lot of space. We'll show that in size comparisons, but gets you an idea here. It's a big cape, and it looks good. It's stylized, but I'm perfectly fine with that. The static display model, it's good. I don't think you could have got this with a wired cape. You probably could have, but it would have been very difficult, especially to get this part on the front there. But again, this is in reference to that image there, Batman Year 2. But it looks pretty good. I really like the cell shading here. I don't think there's anything on the back. Nope, clean bat suit. So if you do want, blue and black and you like this body, just take off the paint. There you go. So the head here, I like the head. I think this is one of the better Batman portraits here. It kind of reminds me of Adam West a little bit with the blue there. I don't think I've seen anyone remove the paint. I'm certainly not going to, but I think it works well. It looks good, and I like it. I'm not going to show you articulation other than the head sculpt, since that's new here. It's not connected at the base of the neck anymore. Rather, it's connected at the base of the head. So what that means is you can do some head swaps. But he's got plenty of range of movement, even up. That looks pretty damn good. But how easy is this head to pop off? Okay, the head's not easy to pop off without the peg in it. So as much as I'd like to do a head swap on another Batman that I'm going to take a look at next to him, I'm just going to have to do that off camera, test it out myself. But yeah, I think Year 2 Batman Platinum looks great. Adam Strange Platinum. Like I said, I wanted the the color version, but there's just something about the black and gray here that really I like a lot. When Mcfarlane does black and white figures, it's really black and gray. He doesn't do the white figures. Even the upcoming Kickstarter crowdfunded BVS campaign he's doing with the Justice's gray versions, they're gray. They're not black and white. But enough of that aside, this is a good reuse of the Blue Beetle Booster Gold body, but there's a lot of new stuff here, which I do appreciate. Obviously, you've seen the holster, but that's part of the new belt here. And this portion is painted underneath, unfortunately, but I don't think it detracts at all. He's got the neck collar here, which if you saw me taking the face plates off, you'll know that that is a free-flowing piece, so you can readjust it. You have the straps here on the harness, which connect to the jetpack. The jetpack does not appear to be removable. It looks to be glued in, but what is removable is the whole harness. If you pop the arms out, you could easily lift all of this up and have just a base body for a custom. So some of the paint on this figure didn't turn out too good, especially over here. It's a little messy. It may not look like that on camera, but there's some flashing there, and they painted on that, and it just doesn't look good. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it almost looks like the joint here was painted gray. Yeah, I think that was painted gray. What color was that originally? Did they really paint a joint? I mean, it looks fine on that end, but over here it looks like it definitely feels like it was painted gray, but it's kind of hard to tell. Um, but yeah, I really like what they did with this particular figure. I'm not complaining at all about the platinum, especially since it was only 15 bucks. Like, I really can't complain. I wasn't going to get the figure anyway, but you know, I got the platinum, and I like how it looks. The gray, the black, and the dark gray really go well together. But yeah, I like how this turned out. I'm not going to do too much on articulation here. The harness doesn't get in the way of the arms, so you know what to expect. But the legs here, with this one goes all the way out. It does crunch up the belts though. Same thing with going forward. He's got plenty of range of movement, but the diaper does get distorted. And then with the harness on, I believe it has the same amount of articulation there. I don't think there's any, maybe a little bit lower just because, you know, this is in the way. But he's even got the upper swivel there, like just enough that it works. But yeah, head sculpts, don't forget that. We got not much down, decent amount up, and then you got the pivot. But there you go. And there is a little bit of gold on the helmet to break everything up. But yeah, really like how this one looks. Anyway, it's size comparison time as usual. So bust out the ruler here. Batman. I'm actually going to go width this time. The width is about 8 inches wide. It's like, yeah, 7.5, 8 inches wide at the base. Just of that. At the top here, it's almost 4 inches. But height-wise, obviously his legs are splayed a little bit, so he might be just a bit taller. At the top of his ears, he's about 8 3/4 inches. And then Adam Strange here is just a little over 7 at the top of his fin. Speaking of figures that were in this wave of Collector's Edition, here's Deadshot. And remember how I was saying about holsters that hold nothing? Yeah, his grenade holsters, they're just blank. You can't put anything in there. You'd have to cut it out, which sucks. The only other Collector's Edition Platinum chase that I decided to take off my shelf was the Sergeant Rock Platinum, which is still one of my favorite recolors. I think that one works really well. And then let's go ahead and get them out of the way so we can see how Batman looks next to some Batmen. So we got the red Azrael. I do have the blue Azrael, but they're actually quite similar in size and bulk. Azrael has better proportions though. And Batman's cape here, it does take up a lot of room. Not as much as Azrael. Azrael has the depth, but Year 2 Batman has the width. Speaking of Batman, we have the Nightfall Batman, and you know, I think a head swap between these two would look good. The blues are very similar. This one almost has more of a purple tone to it, just like a light periwinkle blue, whereas this one is more just like straight blue. And I realize the camera is not focusing here. I don't know what the issue is. Maybe it's trying to focus on too much at once. Alright, well this ain't good. Let me pause. Anyway, I got it working again. So, yeah, I think that a head swap between these two would look pretty good. You know, on camera the blue's more vibrant on the other one, but because it has the cell shading, I think it'd work. It almost has more yellow in this blue than it does in the other one. But the other Batman I wanted to show off, I don't have any other blue Batman, believe it or not, until I get the No Man's Land, which should be shipping soon. Hopefully Big Bad Toy Store gets them soon. But one of my other favorite Batmans is the Cowardly Lot, and somehow this dude is even taller than Year 2 Batman here. And again, his legs aren't splayed, but I don't know. I just really like the head sculpts on both of these Batmen, and yeah, you can see just how tall Year 2 is next to Cowardly Lot. So if I like straightened his legs out, he'd be way taller. But yeah, I think that covers all the DC ones I wanted to show off. I would have showed off this Batman with others, but given this is more of a specific Batman to a specific time, you get the idea. And of course, we have to get them next to the usual suspects. I decided not to move them over anymore. I just given them their own little desk space. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you were interested in either of these two figures. I definitely would recommend the Batman. I think, you know, for how much you're paying, quality wise, the accessories you get, the size of the figure, that one I definitely feel is worth your $32.99 ish. Obviously, Adam Strange, he's going for sale on Best Buy. He's like 15, 16 bucks last I checked, but there's no guarantee you get the platinum, of course. So, you know, if you get it for that price, good job. If not, oh well. But yeah, I like both of these figures. They definitely have a place on my shelf. And let me know in the comments. Like I said, don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.